Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome, but a little less. I'm happy you watched. No, more. I'm happy you watched. I'm happy you're back. If this is your first time and you like what you're seeing, go back and watch some old episodes. There's over 200 of these. Some of them pretty good. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook page, you should join that if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. That's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. Special show coming up real soon, date to be announced, but we've got the third anniversary of this show coming up next month, and that's going to be a free-for-all episode. I want to get as many people on at the same time as we can and run through some. I got something in mind to do for this show. So if you want to be a part of that or any upcoming shows, go to Facebook or Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. The other thing to talk about, winners of every episode, if they so choose, have an optional prize they can claim, and that is to force me to watch a movie I've never seen before the next episode. Last week, Liz Esty had me watch 1955, The Court Gesture. The Court Jester. Obviously, I'm such a good speaker. I don't know why I don't host a game show or something. Court Jester, 1955. It's a comedy, swashbuckling musical starring Danny Kaye. I had heard about it. Somebody recommended this movie to me like 15 years ago, and I've been meaning to watch it. And I don't know if you ever watch a movie that you know is a lot of people's favorite movie, and like you get it. I can see why people would love this movie. I don't know if I'm the audience for it. It's very cute. The songs are like, they sound good, but I couldn't tell you a song in that movie, and I watched it 2 days ago. Uh, the acting is fine. There's a couple of real funny character moments with Danny Kaye. Also, turns out this is the movie where "Get It, Got It, Good" comes from. So I'm late to finding that out. Turns out that is also a fun phrase to hear like up to 3 times. Uh, the other thing is it's an hour 40, and this is an 80-minute movie. Uh, but all that said, it's very cute, and if I liked my buckle swashed, I think I would enjoy this movie more. It's a movie that I feel like you've seen because a parent or a grandparent had you watch it as a kid. And I'm very curious if any adult in 2024 can go into this movie and just love it, having known nothing about it from childhood. But I'm just happy to finally take it off my list. The Court Jester. I promise I won't say the Court Gesture. Uh, but that's the movie. That is what I watched. Thank you, Liz, for finally forcing me to watch that. I've talked enough about this. Tonight on the show, it's movies whose titles are full sentences, because that is just a topic that makes me smile. Joining me on the show tonight are Josh Poirier, Katie Baker, and Marty Viscosi. Welcome, everybody.
What's up, Nick?
Hello.
Let's talk first to the first person on my screen. Welcome back to the show. He's new here, but I think he's got something. I think he's really I think your 90th appearance will be great on this show. Josh Poirier, welcome back.
What's up, Nick? How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good, man.
Yeah, I don't even know off the top of my head how many episodes you've been on.
It's enough.
You can say that about a lot of things in this show.
It's true.
I'm gonna need you to stop agreeing with me.
All right, sorry. I mean, damn it, no.
Josh, I know that this is a more specific thing, but off the top of your head, any movies where the title is a sentence that you
Yeah,
want to talk
I
about?
can do one with a partial sentence. Shawshank Redemption. That had a partial sentence.
That is a couple of proper nouns.
No, 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 no. It was a partial sentence. Partial jail sentence.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Josh, I want to be your friend, and you're making it really hard.
No, no. I'll give you another one. Run, Lola, run.
Run Lolo. You talked about that one last. No, did you or did
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, that still haven't seen it.
yeah. It's fantastic. It's like a video game brought to life. It's amazing.
I gotta watch that.
That and I'll give you another one. I'll give you Don't Breathe, which was a lot.
Don't Breathe. I know I've heard good things about, and I haven't watched it yet just because of some things I know about the character
Yeah,
that
it's
I don't
good.
know if I want to watch.
It's good until it isn't.
Yeah,
Like it's really good until it isn't, and then they do Don't Breathe 2,
mm-hmm.
and it
Where
gets
he's
even
the
weirder.
protagonist.
Yeah, he becomes the protagonist. It's very weird.
But everything
Up
I've
until
heard,
the point where everything changes, it's pretty damn good.
at some point, I'm sure it'll just pop up and I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. All right, that's me.
All right. Well, Josh, welcome back.
Thanks.
Also, somebody who definitely hasn't been on this show at least 60 times. Marty Viscosi, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Hello, Marty and Ruthie. Just
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I want to know how many of those 60 plus Ruthie is also in at some point.
I think she makes an appearance in almost all of them.
Yeah, well, I've joined Not at My House a couple times, so I don't know.
Well, Marty, welcome back.
Hey,
Do you have anything you want to talk about as far as movies with sentences as titles?
yes, because I did my homework on what's a fucking sentence. Um,
A little late, but I'm glad you did that.
Thank you. My mom's an English teacher. I thought of two because one was fresh in my mind. I have a recommendation and an anti-recommendation that were both
Hell
originally
yeah.
recommended to me. And the recommendation is You're Next. Many
I
people.
love that movie.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you finally watched that movie.
Yeah, like, oh my God. It was so overdue and it was so good. And I loved every minute. I live texted Nick a little bit when I was watching it, and it was fantastic.
It's just a perfect home invasion movie.
It's great.
I usually hate home invasion movies because, like, I
Same.
live alone in a major city. But I loved everything about it. There was not a single part of that movie that I did not enjoy. My anti-recommendation, I started to watch this movie after years of it being recommended to me, like last week, and I ended up turning it off like 30 minutes in, which I almost never do for movies. I usually at least like stick it out because I'm a hater, but I could not handle Drag Me to Hell.
Really?
It was too gross and it had too many jump scares, and I just like it got to a point where I wasn't even watching it.
That is actually an interesting reason to turn it off. Because in a way, it's just like it might be too effective, but it's not your thing.
Yeah, like I don't hate gross. I do hate jump scares. And it was just like too much of both.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah. Like it truly got to a point where like I wasn't even watching it anymore and I really wanted to like it. I'd heard good things, but if you don't like people's teeth being up in your face and shit.
It might be one of the grossest PG-13 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they got around the fact that they can't have real blood and gore by throwing every other fluid they could find.
Yep. Which, like, I'm a youth worker. Do you know how many bodily substances I touched today alone? Like, I'm used to gross things all the time around me.
I'm gonna guess 3.
Hopefully. We'll see. May have been more. But yeah, like I can handle gross. I've been thrown up on many times. But like there was just something about it that it was just too visceral. Just ugh.
Yeah, fair point. And fair warning. Like if you haven't seen Drag Me to Hell, you should see it unless that sounds like something you absolutely don't want to deal with. It's yeah, real gross.
Yeah.
uh but you're next. Just
Yeah.
especially on a second watch, it becomes a perfect movie.
Yeah, I'm looking
Because
forward
then
to
you
watching it a
get to
second
see
time.
the movie from knowing what's going on.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I love when a horror movie gets better on that second watch.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes once the mystery's spoiled a little bit, it's like, oh, I'm just watching the beats now. But yeah, welcome back. And I did look it up, not counting hosting. This will be 65 for you, Marty.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
How many for
Now,
50?
on the completely other side of that, somebody I have missed dearly on this show. It's been, if my records are right, 122 episodes since she's been on. The
Yeah.
wonderful Katie Baker is back. Welcome back, Katie.
Yeah. Hello.
How you doing?
No, not too bad. Been floating around.
Well, that's probably better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Drowning?
Yeah. If you're in an opportunity where you can float, not floating is probably the worst thing.
Yeah. I splash. Lots of splashing.
Okay, you've had the longest to think about this, but I don't know if you remember that that's a question I ask.
The
So,
oh
is
right.
there a movie you want to talk about whose title is a sentence?
Right. I know that Josh mentioned Run Lola Run, but that's like been one of my favorite movies like since I seen it. And in my mythology class in high school, I was gonna write a paper on it, but I don't recall that paper coming to fruition. But I did pass the class somehow. So but yeah,
It's never too
nothing
late.
right, yeah. I'll send
Write
it to
that
the
paper
teacher.
now.
You can be like perplexed, but also be like, oh yeah, there's just pointing on the symbolism of the spiral, its significance. I don't know. It won't be a good paper, but it'll be done.
Recreational academia.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I've never heard anybody say not to see that movie, so
Mhm.
I gotta just get on that.
Run, Nick, run.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Well, welcome back to all of you. I'm so happy you're here. Before we get to the game itself, just to refresh some memories, or if you're new here, here's what's going to happen. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a whole bunch of movies whose titles are sentences. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. These anonymous weirdos have provided me uh, days, not just hours, days of this show at this point. I copy their words, I read them to my friends. They try to figure out what the movie is based on these warnings. Let's jump into it. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order. And every time I say that, I worry so much that I have forgotten what the alphabet is. But I think I got everything right. Josh, you're going to get first pick a year.
All right.
Thank you for the the confirming nod, Marty. Jay, correct.
I recently went from here's what happened. I
Yeah.
recently went from working at a middle school to working at a K-5 school. And it is so ingrained in me from like the past couple weeks of like, yes, we reinforce good behavior with nonverbal cues.
I really appreciate that. I think as an adult I could benefit from that.
You're welcome. I'll get you some stickers.
All right. Josh,
Yeah.
start with a movie from 1963, 2007, or 2013.
We'll go with 63.
All right. First movie of the night from 1963 for 5 points under the category of violence and gore. Several comical fight scenes with people punching and hitting each other with objects. Several comical fight scenes in this movie. Marty has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Marty?
I don't know if this is correct, but gentlemen prefer blondes.
That is a great guess. It is not Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Yeah, greater guess if it was.
What a fun movie, though. For 4 points under Sex and Nudity, a man and a woman in bathing suits are seen dancing in their home. No provocative dance moves, though. A little cleavage from a woman. A woman's thighs are seen a couple of times through a ripped skirt. A man is seen in the shower, but only his shoulders are visible. Later, we also see his feet. A man talks about breasts, quote, bosoms, and how they relate to American culture. Josh has a guess. What do you think, Josh?
It's Dr. Strangelove.
This is not Dr. Strangelove.
Never saw it. Just knew it was in that time frame.
I realized recently, I feel like anytime they show clips of Dr. Strangelove, it's almost always like there's no fighting in the war room scene.
Yeah.
Because they call it a great comedy, and that's one of the only funny scenes they can find in the movie.
That and they show Slim Pickens on the bomb.
Uh-huh. For 3 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man gets obviously drunk while attempting to fly a plane after drinking a case of liquor. For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, in one scene, nearly a dozen men are shown hanging off and flying off of an out-of-control rescue extended ladder. They all seem to land safely, but in the next scene, they are all in the hospital in body casts. Of course, it's all for laughs.
I feel like I should know this.
All right, last clue. Let's see. Violence and gore, numerous car crashes, and other accidents involving vehicles, such as a plane crashing into a restaurant, occur during this film, though no one is ever injured, regardless of how spectacular the crash is.
I don't know this.
All right, we are off to a great start then. This is one I would have given credit for any amount of words you added to the title. This is It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Son of a bitch. I have seen that. God damn it.
Well, Katie's in the lead with 0 points.
Yeah, Katie.
Oh,
Tied at second. Josh and Marty both at -1.
Nice.
Worked for that -1.
Katie, would you like a movie from 1999, 2005, or 2014?
2005.
2005. For 5 points under violence and gore. A boy acts hyperactively after eating many sweets, and then he vomits on the inside of the windshield of a car and the other 2 passengers. We see goo. Sorry, Marty.
I wasn't expecting the word goo.
Katie, what do you think this movie is?
I'm gonna go with What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
It is not What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Okay.
For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, Nick tells the kids, quote, no smoking in the car. And Kevin says, quote, I don't smoke. And Nick replies, good, don't start on my watch.
Oh. That's not a sentence.
For 3 points under violence and gore, 2 children ride on a train boxcar, and a man runs alongside the train trying to get on. The man returns on horseback, riding alongside the train. The horse stops and throws the man over and onto the ground.
That's also not a sentence.
No, that is a sentence.
No, that is, but my head is not a sentence.
For 2 points under violence and gore, two children sabotage a man at every turn, trying to keep him away from their mother.
Oh, wait a minute.
This sounds so familiar, and I just can't place it.
It's not a bridge to Terabithia.
All right, last clue for 1 point under profanity. Ice Cube says damn a few times.
Oh. Oh.
We have one hand up. I think we have a second hand trying to come up. Okay. Katie, what do you think?
Are we there yet?
Josh?
Just are we there yet?
This is Are We There Yet? Questions or sentences, right, Marty?
I don't know.
You're the one that did research on what a sentence is. I figured you'd have the best knowledge.
Questions. Nick, I don't know how to answer that question without being mean. So I'm gonna not.
How often do you say that to kids?
Honestly, kind of frequently. Not gonna lie.
We got a tie in first place. Josh and Katie both at 0. Marty
Yes.
at -1.
Yes.
Marty,
all the way.
Would you like a movie from 1986, 2000, or 2013?
2000.
2000. All right, for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Some adults may have drinks at a rally, but the contents of their beverages couldn't be ascertained. So under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, somebody might be drinking something.
Very helpful.
I think it was milk.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes. Racism may upset viewers.
May upset viewers.
Racism, we hope, will upset viewers.
Jesus Christ. That's
What
almost
year?
that's the most racist thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What year was this again?
2000.
Nick, my greatest wish for you in this world is I really want somebody from IMDb to come forward and tell you that they wrote a clue.
I mean, I was hoping to never end this show until I finally got somebody on.
Be delightful.
Somebody who wrote something in IMDb before I started writing this game.
Yeah, I know. I did it once.
Just gonna start planting little like hi Nicks based on the themes for the month.
Yeah, just I said the entire sentence. Just the first letter of each word was "Hi, Nick."
For 3 points under violence and gore, Gary and Julius struggle in their room, with Julius elbowing Gary in the gut. Gary then holds Julius down and punches him, with Julius then punching him back. Other players then race into the room and struggle with each other. For 2 points under sex and nudity, a teenage football player kisses another unsuspecting player full on the mouth for several seconds in the locker room. This isn't romantic and nothing came out of it.
What the?
Going to be a high-scoring game for 1 point under profanity. Oh, wait, Marty, what do you think?
You know what? If I'm already in third place, I'm gonna be dumb. Is this Remember the Titans?
Marty, guess who's in first place?
Oh,
This is Remember the Titans.
Hell
Racism may upset viewers.
Hell yeah.
So racist.
Last clue under profanity. On the insult side of things, Denzel Washington's character is called a racist nickname at least twice.
Fuck, I wish I remembered this. God damn it! Now I'm gonna have to remember the time that I remembered the Titans came up.
And it happened in 2000, and usually the year after I don't forget things, but 2000.
Who can remember the Titans after that?
Kind of overshadowed a bit.
Josh, we're back to you.
Yeah.
Would you like a movie from 1930, 2001, or 2007?
Oh, since we talked about it already, I'll go with 2001.
2001 for 5 points under violence and gore. A man gets his hand turned into mush over a spell. No blood.
What? Okay, I'll fix it.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a woman is attacked by flesh-eating beetles.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Oh, we got 2 hands up. Katie, what do you think?
The Mummy Returns.
Josh, what do you think?
The Mummy Returns.
Guess that was too easy. This is The Mummy Returns. There's only so many movies with flesh-eating beetles, and even fewer that their titles are sentences.
Yeah.
I see that one.
Help was a movie with the Beatles in it that had flesh-eating beetles. That's a sentence.
It is a sentence, and I really wanted to include it in this, but we've already used help on the show. Also in The Mummy Returns, Evie and Rick start to kiss. They are interrupted before anything happens. They also kiss quite fiercely and passionately throughout the film. Violence and gore with his supernatural powers. Imhotep levitates 2 men and he crashes them on tall stones. And frightening and intense scenes, a half-human, half-scorpion hybrid appears in the end of the film and is supposed to be menacing, but looks very fake.
Yeah, it's awful. It looks even more fake than The Rock does in real life.
That means Josh and Katie back in the lead with 4 points each. Marty at 1. Everybody's at positive.
Yay.
Katie, would you like a movie from 1972, 2011, or 2020?
2011.
2011. All right, 2011 for 5 points under violence and gore. A flying vehicle flies erratically, causing the driver to complain, and the vehicle crashes. No one is harmed except for the villain, who is shaken up and immobilized.
Can we get clarification on, is a flying vehicle just a plane?
I cannot give you that clarification.
Okay.
That would require knowledge I do not have.
That's disappointing, Nicholas.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes. Don't know why this is under frightening and intense scenes. Carlos paints a picture of the creation of Adam, but instead of Adam, it is himself.
Vehicle Carlos.
For 3 points under sex and nudity, a chick asks another chick how his backside looks, and the chick replies, "That's a wonderful butt." For 2 points under sex and nudity, in one scene, EB squats down. There are several clinking noises, and he steps away to reveal a pile of jelly beans. Fred then says, "Oh, you talk and you poop candy." In a later scene, Sam tries to eat a jelly bean, and Fred says, "Don't eat that because you might not like the flavor." And then she eats it and says, "Watermelon."
Oh. No.
For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, once Carlos gets the egg of destiny, he turns into a rabbit with his feet and teeth expanding and grows rabbit ears. After the transformation, he is in fully bunny form.
What? What the ever living fuck?
I've seen a lot of bad kids movies in my line of work, and I'm really surprised that this is completely drawing a blank for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the shortest sentence on the list.
Oh, it's Hop.
EB, it is Hop.
Oh, damn it. I didn't think that was a sentence. Even though I thought help was a sentence and like everything else is a sentence.
Yeah, you knew
For some
help
reason that
was a
just
sentence,
never
but
stuck
not
in my
Hop.
brain.
Yep,
Yeah.
EB stands for Easter Bunny,
Funny.
played by everybody's favorite man, Russell Brand.
Oh, that's just awful.
Well, nothing happened in that round except I reminded you of the movie Hop.
What movie?
Uh-huh. Help, Josh.
Help. All right. Beatles. Flesh-eating Beatles.
Marty,
Yes.
would you like a movie from 1999, 2006, or 2017?
I don't like those years.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
2006.
2006.
I'm picking the middle option tonight.
Very curious about this one.
Can I change my mind?
Nope.
All right, here we go.
It's okay. It's not like it's going to change the game right now. It's 4-1. From 2006 for 5 points under sex and nudity. Rather explicit, but for a purpose.
Well, it's not Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Why, you thought the explicit sex in that movie served no purpose?
It served absolutely no purpose whatsoever.
For 4 points under violence and gore, shows a few violent images from various movies though the blood and gore is kept to a minimum. Shows examples of dismemberment from Sin City briefly. The violence is quite graphic, but very brief in every instance.
Oh, no.
With 3 points under sex and nudity, the opening credits montage shows snippets from a variety of different sex scenes, with black bars visible on sensitive areas, including a threesome from Where the Truth Lies. The infamous anal sex scene from Storytelling is shown, with a red bar over what's supposed to be penetration, with a meter on the side of the screen counting the amount of thrusts for comedy. In addition, scenes from Orgasmo, American Psycho, Henry and June, and Eyes Wide Shut are shown, plus several other films. Plenty of frank sex talk.
Fuck, what the fuck is the name of this movie? I know it, and I just can't fucking place it. Oh my god.
All right, for 2 points under sex and nudity. All of the sexual content is an educational format to show how many sexual movies will be likely rated NC-17 as opposed to hyper-violent R films.
Oh, this is gonna bother me. It already is bothering me. What the fuck?
Last one, frightening and intense scenes. Let's see if Josh can remember this title. The film addresses adult subject matter and the politics and corruption within the American film industry.
Oh. No.
No.
No, and it's gonna kill me.
This is a real fantastic documentary.
Yes, it is.
Called This Film Is Not Yet Rated.
That's right. Fuck. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, about how shady the MPAA is and how
it was a great documentary.
Any sex, especially queer sex, will shoot a movie up to NC-17. even if it's
Fantastic
much
movie.
less explicit. That's just a
Oh my
movie I
God.
wanted to talk about.
I knew that movie too. I just could not think of the name of it. Well, it's funny if the movie was movie fuck, it would have been funny because I would have kept saying, I don't know what the fucking name is.
That's it. Josh, we're back to you.
Yeah.
Would you like a movie from 1986, 2007, or 2020?
It was 86.
86. 1986 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. The main character smokes cigarettes in a few scenes. She is a, quote, hip chick.
Oh, wait. I'm going to throw out a guess here.
Throw out that guess, Josh.
Just Desperately Seeking Susan?
This is not Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh.
That's
well,
a solid guess, though.
yeah, it is.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, Carol comments, I hear she does more with her mouth than just talk. I've read that the tongue kiss is a means of genital stimulation and has much to comment it.
You wouldn't put this in there. Oh, I'm just going to leave it alone. Because my guess has a certain city and a certain state in it.
If you don't think that I have city and state?
No, just the city and a certain state.
Okay, yeah. I have looked at that movie multiple times to try to get it in here. For 3 points under profanity, mild, but present, including one F word said at the beginning of the film in the 1985 scenes.
Wait a second. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes?
Go
No?
ahead.
Okay. 2 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Carol and Walter cut up cocaine at a high school reunion, and then he hands her a joint. Neither are actually seen snorting or smoking.
It's not a sentence. Also, I think it was 3 years earlier than that.
All right, last one. Sex and nudity. Peggy Sue says she would be a lot sluttier if she went back to high school. All right, Katie, what do you think?
Was it When Peggy Sue Got Married?
Josh, what do you think?
Same thing. Peggy Sue Got Married.
It is Peggy Sue Got Married.
Oh.
Which has a great premise and then does so little with it. You do get a young Jim Carrey, though, which is weird in a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
That puts Katie in the lead at 5, Josh at 4, Marty at 1.
Oh.
Katie, would you like a movie from 1999, 2007, or 2014?
Let's go with 1999.
1999. 1999 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A girl straddles a man while he is tied to a chair and kisses him after saying that she has a power over men. She then slowly strangles him, but doesn't kill him. Very sexual and arousing.
I don't like IMDb.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on it.
Thank you for sharing that, IMDb user.
I don't like being told what to find arousing.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the submarine turns sideways and hits the sea floor near the end, and it floods. And a man and a woman both almost drown during the extended scene.
There's a lot going on in this movie.
Wait a second. What the fuck was the name of it? I know what it is. I just can't blank it on the title.
3 points, frightening and intense scenes. Renard makes a man hold a very hot rock, which burns his hand. Intense and maybe hard to watch.
Oh my god. Oh, his hand's going down. I can't remember the name of it.
It's going to be one of those again.
Oh, wait. I know it.
Josh, you know it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
This is Not Tomorrow Never
Oh, wrong
Dies.
Wrong one. All right. That's fine.
For 2 points under violence and gore, there's a long ski chase, and several snowmobiles on parachutes launch grenades at Bond and a woman with large explosions. One crashes into a tree and explodes, a few others crash, and Bond manages to make 2 crash into each other.
Oh.
Josh did narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
I need to just start assuming it's a Bond movie when there's a lot going on. I feel like that's a really safe
fair
bet. If I could remember any of them, it'd be a safer bet.
But... Katie, what do you think this movie is?
I had to scratch my brain to think of another Bond movie, but is it The World Is Not Enough?
Yeah.
This is The World Is Not
Damn it,
Enough.
Katie.
Oh, I wasn't sure because that was the only one. I was like, that seems right. But,
damn it. And it was a Bond movie from the fourth fucking clue.
Last one, sex and nudity. At the end, Bond and Christmas are apparently having sex. This shows up on the MI6 radar as their bodies give off heat as Bond is being tracked. Bond later makes a Christmas sex joke. I thought Christmas only came once a year.
Oh yeah, that joke.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That is Denise Richards as, I believe, astrophysicist Christmas Jones.
Hey, the only one worse than that was Tara Reid as a scientist in Alone in the Dark.
That means Katie is now at 6, Josh at 3, Marty at 1. Marty?
Yes.
Would you like a movie from 1930, 2014, or 2020?
I'm going to go with 2020.
2020.
The middle has not been working out for me, and I don't want 1930.
2020 for 5 points. It's easy to remember movies that came out in 2020, though.
Yeah, the year's crystal clear.
For 5 points under violence and gore, a woman pulls out a bloodied tooth out of her mouth. Several people are shocked with tasers and hit with dart guns.
That's pretty much just 2020, isn't it?
I was about to say, like, tasers in 2020 in Minneapolis is a sensitive subject.
Oh no, did something happen?
No.
For
the
4
racism
points...
might surprise you. 2020.
Yeah, with everything going on.
Yeah.
For 4 points under sex and nudity. Throughout the movie, there are lesbians Marla and her partner Fran that kiss each other several times in the course of this film.
I feel like I should have seen this.
For 3 points under violence and gore, in a rather comical scene, an air tank loses control and knocks out an elderly man when it flies off.
Sounds like an Eli Roth classic.
For
Wait.
2 points, this is, again, somebody just sharing their opinions under frightening and intense scenes. I found the intensity in the scenes when you're not sure if someone's going to sneak up on or get one of their adversaries, the feeling of getting caught and injured. There are many of these scenes in the movie. It is it is a very disturbing show, and in general, the protagonist is an absolutely disgusting woman.
What?
See this. That really sold this movie for me, honestly.
Honestly,
That's amazing. It's amazing that they didn't use a sentence in the full sentence show.
I've never seen this movie, but reading about it had me go, maybe I should see this movie. For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, several scenes of elder abuse by the protagonists.
Well, that's less fun, Nick.
All right. Doesn't look like anybody knows this movie. This is a Rosamund Pike movie called I Care a Lot.
No,
Oh, yeah.
It's
never.
one of those ones that I've just seen pop up. And I like Rosamund Pike. And I guess this movie is just about lesbians who defraud elderly people.
See, that sounds like a great time. And if I knew that, I would have made an effort to see it.
2020.
All right, well, 3 movies are left. 1 more for each of you. Katie at 6, Josh at 3, Marty at 1. Josh, would you like a movie from... What do we even have left here?
Oh,
1972, 2007, or 2014?
let's go with 72.
72. $72 for 5 points under violence and gore. A bird crashes several times, some on his head. For 4 points under violence and gore, a small girl grabs a dog around the neck multiple times and attempts to spank him.
This is 72.
72. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, a boy sings a sad song about how much he misses his dog and how hard change can be.
Oh. Oh, okay. Did
Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Snoopy come home?
This is Snoopy Come Home. You can blame it all on me.
Snoopy.
I always love when people are able to get the ones that I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna remember this one.
Oh, I remember Snoopy. I used to read the Peanuts comics all the time.
Yeah, but there are so many Peanuts movies.
I know, but Snoopy come home's a linchpin.
Yeah. Violence and gore. In the beginning of the movie, Snoopy gets in a bad mood because of the no dogs allowed signs he keeps running into.
Dogs allowed.
To feel better, he takes Linus's blanket and they fight. And later he fights Lucy with a boxing glove on his nose. There are no blood or scars. The characters do appear really beat up. And frightening and intense scenes. 3/4 into this movie, Snoopy has a going away party to permanently leave Charlie Brown and the others to live with Lila, his former owner. The party scene has a lot of crying from all of the characters who attend.
I love this movie.
2 movies remain. Josh and Katie both at 6, Marty at 1.
Having a nice time.
Katie, would you like a movie from 1930, 2014, or 2017?
2014.
2014. Penultimate movie, 2014. For 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A dinner party scene shows adults sipping stale wine. No other alcohol use, no drug use. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes. A woman hears that she will die and has an emotional breakdown.
Okay. Like in a spooky sense or a medical sense?
Who's to say?
I mean,
Maybe both.
I wish you would say, because it would narrow it down a bit.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a person is hit by a car and thrown into the air before landing, fatally injured.
Was this the woman who was told she would die?
For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, a woman gives a frightening / supernatural speech to an atheist.
Oh, sorry.
It is.
Last clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. A father is controlling and violent with his daughter after he finds out she's a Christian. He is shown beating her and dragging her out of their home as punishment.
Hey, Nick.
What's up?
Why? Why?
I guess nobody here has seen one of the biggest religious films of all time. This is God's Not Dead.
No, because he is.
Kevin Sorbo is the one who gets hit by a car and dies at the end.
Oh.
He's an atheist professor that needs his students to declare that God is dead.
You would have thought Hercules.
One brave student stands up.
You would have thought Hercules would be able to take a hit like that.
Nick, I need you to know if that movie came out like even 4.5 years earlier, I absolutely would have seen it and probably had to take a test on it.
Yeah, you were the one that I was most like, will you know God's Not Dead?
I left Catholic school and then I left Catholic school hard.
I've never seen this movie, but I have seen videos about this movie.
Is this? Oh, yeah, that's what. Okay.
And just the fact that the major plot line is a father is abusive to his daughter after finding out she's Christian.
Oh.
All right, we got one movie left. Marty, you can make this really interesting by getting this on the 5-point clue. Because right now, Josh and Katie are both at 6. Marty is at 1. Marty can force a 3-way tie.
Yeah, it's 666.
Uh-huh.
When the double comes.
And Marty, you get to choose this one.
Cool.
And I'm real sorry to say that we are almost out of movies. So would you like a movie from... You don't want the 1931, right?
No, I don't.
I just won't give that as an option.
I don't think I can name a single movie from 1930, Nick, if I'm being real.
So we have 2007, 2013, or 2017.
2007.
2007.
My logic is like 2013 and 2017 were both years that I was really broke. And I feel like we both a lot those years. But 2007, at least I had allowance. So.
All right. Well, last movie, maybe, unless we go to a tiebreaker. Oh, there's a dog on screen. 2007 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A wife says to her husband, There are a lot of rooms in this house that need to be broken in, implying having sex in them, and they hug and kiss before they are interrupted by a noise. For 4 points under violence and gore, a man faints after seeing a baby crowning, and a teenage girl drips hot sauce into his mouth to revive him.
You know what's annoying is this does sound really familiar.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a man and two children walk through the woods. They come upon a deer that bares its teeth and snarls, and the humans scream and run away. A man gags when a bug flies into his mouth. Many people bring raw fish to new neighbors as welcome gifts. The recipients react to the smell and appearance of the fish.
Now I'm less sure.
2 points under violence and gore. An animated clip that accompanies the opening credits shows a man and a raccoon being zapped by electricity. The man is repeatedly struck by the words of the credits. He breaks through the floor and falls off a ladder, and something falls on him. I was just watching the chaos on Katie's screen.
I'm sorry.
No, it's totally okay.
I was trying to stop her.
It's all fun and games having your pet in your little Zoom window until they decide they don't want to be in your Zoom window or they want to be more in your Zoom window.
Yeah.
And it's not fun and games anymore.
All right, last one on this round of movies that we got a lot of zeros here, and I feel like that's fair. This one feels like it's on me. For 1 point under violence and gore, a ladder tips over and breaks a car's windshield. A man leans against a wall and breaks through. A man hammers his finger. A man burns his hand when he touches an oven door. A man is zapped by electricity while fixing a ceiling-mounted light fixture and is thrown off a table and to the floor. He's okay. A boy shoots a nail gun in the air. We hear a screech and see a bird crash dead to the floor next to him.
Oops. Nope.
All right, looks like we're going into a tiebreaker round anyway. Well, I will say the answer to this question is not quite, but it is fun to me that we started with Are We There Yet and ended with Are We Done Yet?
Oh,
The sequel to
yeah.
Are We There Yet?
That's pretty good. Never saw it.
Well, that means that we have to do a tiebreaker, which we haven't had to do in a while. So, this is just going to be between Katie and Josh. I'm going to just start reading clues for a movie. One of you buzz in when you think you know what the movie is. If you get it right, you win the game. If you get it wrong, your opponent wins the game. Again, just between Katie and Josh.
That's not going to stop me, Nick.
Let's go with 2007. Mostly because I don't want to force anybody to play the 1930. I don't know if either of you know plot points for All Quiet on the Western Front.
I would have got that.
So this movie is from 2007. Josh or Katie, buzz in when you think you know it. Violence and gore. A man has a soiled diaper shoved in his face. Sex and nudity. A man is sucking a woman's breast. We see from the back, so sucking action is not seen. And when he lifts his head, milk is dripping from the sides of his mouth and down his chin.
Oh.
Violence and gore. Shootout in the air occurs, and people are shot with bloody results. One character gets thrown into a helicopter propeller. His severed arm is shown later on the ground, with rats feasting on it. Violence and gore. Diner is attacked by a gang of criminals. A man shoots them with well-aimed shots. One involves shooting a finger off, another's ear, and so on. I really hope we don't have to go to a second one of these. Violence and gore. A man shoves a carrot into another person's mouth and then kicks it in, with blood dripping from the back of his head.
Oh, wait.
Josh.
Oh, my God. Is it Shoot to Kill? It's not.
Final scores tonight. Marty at
It's
1.
not.
Josh at 6. But because Josh got that wrong,
Yeah, I know.
Katie also at 6. This movie is called Shoot 'em Up.
Shoot 'em up.
I will say, the movies I have left here, I don't think would have helped anybody out either. I have the documentary I Am Divine. I have All Quiet on the Western Front. I have the animated film All I Want for Christmas Is You.
No.
And that's it.
Shoot 'em up was a really good movie, too. Damn it.
But yes, that means our winner tonight with 6 points, Katie Baker.
Yay!
So Katie, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes as I wrap this up because this was so much fun. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Marty, you want to say anything before?
I was gonna guess on that last one for the bit, but then it got really weird really fast, and I could not think of a sufficiently funny guess. And I'm disappointed in myself enough for both of us.
No,
so
this was
that.
a real hard one.
This whole hey Nick, this was hard in general.
No, I agree. This was a game that I had planned at the beginning of the month and then went to my list of movies. I'm like, oh, I do not have enough of these. So like 10 of those were added over the last few days. And I'm running out of movies because my master sheet has 1,816 movies on it right now.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why we might be scraping the barrel sometimes.
That's fair.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Marty?
I feel like there was. Oh, I mentioned a couple episodes ago that I was going to do a storytelling event. I'm not going to be in that date. I will be in the next one. Date to be determined.
And so, that's in person, right? That's in
if you're in the Twin Cities, still go listen to a bunch of fat people tell their stories. It's going to be super fun. I will not be going.
Yeah, absolutely. Go and Marty will have the opportunity to talk again, I assume, when your show gets closer.
Yeah,
Josh, anything you would like to say before we... Oh.
No,
I cut you off.
I got 2 really, really bad questions for really movies that I knew wrong. This one. I'm more disappointed in myself. I was doing it for my family. And I failed them. So, I'm fine. Just go on to the next person.
Round of disappointment.
Well, finally, our winner tonight, Katie Baker. First of all, I know that I'm just throwing this on you, so you don't have to say yes, and you don't have to think of anything right now if the answer's yes. Would you like to claim the prize of forcing me to watch a movie?
Yeah. You should watch Umami: Interface.
What is this movie?
It's called Umami Interface. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's on YouTube. So you should be able to find it. It's like an animated movie. It's like surreal. And like my friend made me watch it and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So
Oh,
now
this is fantastic. I know absolutely nothing about what I'm getting into right now.
yeah.
But Umami Interface.
Yes.
Great. And is there anything else you would like to say before we end this episode?
For now I'm not doing a whole lot, but someday I'll be back doing stuff to promote and etc.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us can say that.
Yeah.
You're either one of the people with 30 bookings in a month, or you're the person saying, I'm going to be on some shows. You watch.
Yeah, someday.
Well, Katie, I'm so glad that you came back to this. Thank you once again, Katie Baker, Josh Poirier, Marty Viscosi. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom, including TikTok, which is where I spend most of my time, which if you want to ease the shame of the fact that TikTok has become my go-to social media, follow me there. Watch me rant about shit or tell dumb jokes. You can find the game, the show, on Facebook if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We will be back next Thursday, the 25th of April at 8 p.m. Eastern with my completely self-indulgent birthday show. We're going to do movies, my favorite movies that I saw for the first time in the last 12 months.
The racism may upset some.
Which is also interesting because some of the people in that show may have forced me to watch some of those movies.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Also, like I said, stay tuned for the third anniversary of this show. And then what happens after that, which I'm still working out. But if you like this show, you should like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and tell me what happens when you click the bell. I'm just curious, but make sure you leave a comment after you click the bell and just let me know what happens there. This is not like me trying to trick you into engagement on these videos. Share this with your friends, do all that stuff, and come back